Shalom. I like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Deuteronomy 28, verse 45, and it reads, Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, until thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commandeth thee. I came across this story here, and those of us in this truth, we fully know and comprehend why this man attempted to carry out this action here. As it states in the caption, father accused of attempting to drown two children at the beach in West Haven appears in courts. And as we see, this is a Jake here. And what curse do we see playing out in real time? And I'm going to let the story play momentarily. But, you know, you have these Deuteronomy 28 debunkers. The scriptures are undebunkable. You can't debunk Deuteronomy 28:54 or none of the other scriptures. But let's get right into this, right? And it reads, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye, meaning his mind, shall be evil toward his brother. This is where you get your black on black crime. And toward the wife of his bosom. This is where you get your domestic violence. And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. Now, let's go back to the story here, because I want you to listen closely to these details, because this is that curse being played out in real time. It's irrefutable. Listen closely, and I'll chime in momentarily.
Start tonight with an update from city leaders who tell us that the two toddlers pulled from this water here at Dawson Ave Beach over the weekend have been taken off intubation and are making progress in their recovery. This all as their father is accused of trying to drown them.
And these were extremely serious allegations.
41-year-old Romney Disronville fighting back tears with his head down as he stands in front of a Milford judge.
It's hard to find words to describe the allegations here.
The New York man is accused of attempting to drown his two toddlers at Dawson Ave Beach in West Haven early Saturday morning. But when two officers on patrol saw an SUV parked in the sand, they stepped in.
One officer saw the vehicle, radioed to another to come to, check it out with him. And then they both, when they got there, heard the screams from the water.
Court documents describe the actions of West Haven officers Williamson and Miller, who jumped into the action after first thinking Disronville and his twins were being pulled away by the tide. Then as they got closer, police say officers heard Disronville yelling at them to get back, realizing he was attempting to drown the two young children. Within minutes, they pulled the kids to shore.
Those children had two guardian angels that night, and it was Officer Williamson and Officer Miller.
Mayor Dorinda Borer visited the mother of the twins in the hospital, who rushed there from New York overnight.
I went there just to let her know that even though she's far from home, that as a community we really care. We're here for her.
Borer says as the twins get critical care, the community has been calling nonstop, looking for ways to help.
Every day they start to make a little progress, and there's a lot of hope that their recovery will be well.
All as the officers who witnessed it all take some time to process what could have happened if they weren't there.
It is something that is unimaginable, and for my officers to have dealt with that twofold is something that I will never forget.
Now, prosecutors say Disronville has no criminal record and no ties to this area. The judge granted a mental health evaluation for him as she set his bond at $2 million. He is expected back in court next week. Of course, we'll keep you updated as this all develops. We're live here in West Haven tonight. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
You see, so that's why when you see a man with no criminal background completely snap and act out in this fashion, you have to comprehend that this is Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter and the 54th verse going into effect, all right? They also advise that the man has a psychiatric evaluation, but we all know these are those demons plaguing the house of Israel. This is why it will behoove you to repent and seek the Lord while he may be found, so the Lord can be merciful unto not only me, but you as well in your household. You understand? Let's come out of this Let's go here. In the book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 20, it reads, "Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets." Any neighborhood you go into, you see Jake hanging out on the corners, but here's the point. Like a wild bull in a net. This behavior here is likened unto a wild bull for a man to snap in such a fashion. It goes on to state, they are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy power. Let's go into that word fainted, right? Because this expound on the behavior of our men, the men of the house of Israel, right? It means to be enfeebled, weary, exhausted, to be false, deceitful, shame, artificial, to be weak, faint, lazy, indolent, cowardly. You see what the Lord did to us, right? Let me come down. Let me get a few more words. Let me come down and read it because we read it in the adjective. Let's read in the verb form. It reads to grow weak, to become enfeebled, also lack courage or spirit, to be faint-hearted. Then isn't part of those curses the Lord said, in the land of your captivity, I will give you a weariness of mind? Of course he did. Let's come out of this and let's go here, right? Lamentations chapter 4, verse 2, and it reads, the precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold. How are they esteemed as earthen pitchers? That means now we're next to nothing, but once we were very precious. It goes on to read, the work of the hands of the potter. See, the Lord put us in these conditions, but he did it to get us to repent. This is why when you come to Proverbs, or pardon me, Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 7, it states, I have seen servants upon horses, because the heathens are ruling over us. But here's the point, and princes walking as slaves upon the earth, because we're Yasha Allah, princes of the power. But now this man here, he's going to be a servant to the penal system for the rest of his life. You understand? This book is about us, man, and these curses are still being played out in real time, even until this day. This is why we need Yahweh Shai to come and redeem us. But specifically right now, the Lord is dealing with the elect. Hopefully, this quick lesson was edifying. Shalom.